watching you. I'll be watching you. Watching you. I'll be watching you. Every breath you take, every move you make, every bond you break, every step you take, every scene you lay, every word you say, every game you play, every night you say, every breath you take, every move you make, every bond you break, every step you take, every scene you lay, every word you say, every game you play, every night you say, every breath you take, every move you make, every bond you break, every step you take, every scene you lay, every word you say, every game you play, every night you say. Someone told me long ago, there's a calm before the storm. I know it's been coming for some time. When it's over, so they say, it'll rain a song.
Dengan iklan Google, kami bisa menjangkau customer yang paling relevan. Sekarang, kami itu bisa mengirimkan ribuan order per hari. Semakin Firebox bisa berkembang dengan bantuan Google, semakin banyak petani di Indonesia yang bisa kami bantu.
Ketika tubuh membutuhkan cairan secara cepat, elektrolit dan karbohidrat yang hilang perlu digantikan. Dan sistem kekebalan tubuh harus diperkuat. Minum UC 1000 Lemon Water atau Orange Water. Minuman isotonik unik dengan 1000 mg vitamin C.
On a day, I know, shining down like water. I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? Coming down sunny day. Yesterday and days before, sun is cold and rain is hot. I know, been that way for all my time. Till forever on it goes, through the circle fast and slow. I know, it can't stop, I wonder. I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? Coming down a sunny day. Have you? I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? Coming down a sunny day. Life is bigger than
My name is Josh Whitney. I'm a physical therapist, and I'm here today to show you exercise. My name is Josh Whitney. I'm a physical therapist, and I'm here today to show you exercises for low back pain. Unfortunately, 85% of our population will experience some form of low back pain in their lifetime. It is the second most common reason to seek medical attention from your primary care physician, second only to the common cold. I'm here today to show you exercises that will stretch and strengthen the musculature supporting the spine. These exercises are safe and effective. However, you will still need to consult your primary care physician before beginning a new exercise routine. Our exercises can be done on the floor or on the bed, and they all position. This puts your back at ease, joints of the spine. The first exercise is called spinal rocking. What you're going to do here is you're going to gently let your knees fall to the side, and you're going to pause for about a second or so, and then you're going to bring your knees up and then gently drop them to the other side. You want to be slow and controlled when doing this exercise so you're not creating too much torque on the injured segments of the spine. You want to make sure that you're breathing as you're doing the exercises. Don't hold your breath, and you're engaging your abdominal region as you're dropping your knees to the side. Typically, I would recommend 10 repetitions twice a day. Our next exercise is called a curl up. You're going to put your hands onto your thighs, and you're going to slide your fingertips up towards your knees, and you're going to do a gentle sit up and come right back down. As you come up, you are exhaling to prevent holding your breath and creating extra pressure that may irritate the disc of your spine. You want to take note as to avoid too much neck bending, as this will create some irritation into the neck if performed incorrectly. Our next exercise is the pelvic tilt. When you do this exercise, it's going to engage your lower abdomen. This is effective for supporting your spine in sitting and in standing. To do this exercise, you're going to gently tighten the lower abdomen and roll your hips so that you're flattening the lower part of your back into the bed or the mat or the floor. You want to pause for at least 3 to 5 seconds and make sure that you're also breathing as you do this exercise. It is very common to hold your breath during this exercise. This exercise is important because if it's done incorrectly, this can actually add more irritation to the joints of your back. Our next exercise is called a bridge. The bridge is an extension of the pelvic tilt. You're going to perform a pelvic tilt, and then you're going to follow it by squeezing your buttocks and gently lifting up and off the mat, and then you're going to hold for roughly 3 seconds and then slowly lower down. This is important to make sure that you perform the pelvic tilt before you lift, as this exercise is really going to stress the muscles of the lower back. This exercise should only be done 2 to 3 times per week. You want to avoid hyperextension or overextending of the spine as you do this exercise. Our next exercise is a knee to chest stretch. You will have the patient bring up one knee and hold, and have them pull it towards their chest. I prefer this exercise, again, in a bent knee position and one knee at a time. However, you can do it with both knees up at the same time, and that is not a problem either. You want to hold the stretch for at least 20 seconds. After you hold for 20 seconds, you're then going to move into the hamstring stretch. The hamstring is a muscle that connects on the back of your pelvis and runs to your knee. When this muscle is tight, it can pull down onto your back, creating back pain. Again, you want to do a 20-second stretch when performing this exercise. You can also add your calf into the stretch by pulling your toes towards your face. Okay? Setting it down, and you would perform on both sides. twice a day, at least 20 seconds. Our last stretch is called the piriformis stretch. We're going to take the right ankle and place it onto the left knee. Both hands are then going to grab around the knee, and we're going to pull this knee to the opposite shoulder here. You want to hold it at least 20 seconds and perform this at least twice a day. This is going to stretch into the hip and buttock on the right side. This is good for individuals that sit at a desk, work all day, that bend forward frequently throughout the day, and it also helps stretch the muscle that sits right on top of the sciatic nerve. So this is good for individuals that suffer from sciatica. Pelvic tilts, spinal rocking, and curl-ups can be performed 1 to 2 times a day, about 10 to 15 reps at a time. The single knee to chest stretch, the hamstring stretch, and the piriformis stretch can be performed 2 to 3 times a day for at least a 20-second hold. Bridges should be performed 2 to 3 times per week, about 10 to 15 repetitions at a time. As with all new exercises, you may experience muscle soreness initially. This should subside over the next 7 to 10 days. If these exercises become painful, please reassess your execution of the exercise. If you continue to experience pain, it is advised to stop the exercises. It's important to maintain your stretches in between your therapy session to maximize your function and to get you better quicker.
Official sources continue to claim that the jet aircraft trails, which linger, spread, and fill our skies with sun-blocking haze, are just condensation. But that narrative is a lie. Atmospheric particulate testing has now conclusively proven that the jet aircraft dispersed trails and haze in our once deep blue skies is not condensation as we have been told.
They are absolutely not contrails. Contrails do not linger, dissipate, and go into cloud coverage, period, in the report.
I kept saying to people, you know, what is this? Because now the sky is no longer blue, it's starting to turn gray. And what I found was a lot of people were pretending it wasn't happening. It was kind of like it was not socially acceptable to do, you know, we're all going to pretend this is not really happening. And I thought, oh, this is very bad.
Prior history has proven that we have used weather back in the Vietnam conflict. Suddenly, you don't take a weapon off the table that was able to provide good data, provided a good reason for it to be used at that time. Should you expect that it is available on demand to have the ability to modify weather? Absolutely, within this country and others.
Because we're talking about a very expensive global spraying program that involves all, if not almost all, sovereign nations.
We have government documents, Senate documents, patents, military documents. We have film footage of them turning dispersions on and off with nozzles visible. We have lab tests from all over the globe, verifying that the exact elements named in climate engineering patents are showing up.
We have collected samples directly from the emissions from aircrafts. We have identified particles in there and have shown nanoparticles of these metal oxides that are damaging to biological tissue and affect human health.
Elements like aluminum, barium, strontium, polymer fibers, all of which are highly toxic, all of which are being absorbed by the entire web of life, including us.
I know enough to know that we're talking about serious risk, and serious risk to your health. Everything I see in terms of the pattern says there's a war going on covertly.
Climate engineering fallout is completely contaminating our waters, our soils, our crops, and every breath we take, thus impacting every aspect of our health. Geoengineering particles are nanoscale. So small, they go straight through our lung lining, into our bloodstream, and adhere to cell receptors like a plaque. Once absorbed, they are almost impossible to expel from our systems.
The layer was filled with these nanomaterials, and that was our first evidence that this is, that these nanomaterials are directly associated with the emissions from these planes.
We're simply asking people to investigate the facts and to stop believing the official denial.
This is an intentional research area with unknown purposes.
We need our military personnel, all branches of the service. We need all of their help. We need the answers to get to the bottom of this national security problem.
Oh lala, sekarang langganan Grab Unlimited bisa pakai cash sekalian order Grab Food loh. Gak kelar-kelar hematnya. Langganan sekarang.
And if you were to walk into my physical in the right place. However, there's two things that I need you to remember. Number one, all of these exercises should be very comfortable. This is not a no pain, no gain scenario. We have to treat nerves a little differently. So try to keep everything comfortable. And then second, if we do any exercise or activity that causes your symptoms to increase or travel further down your leg, that's a sign that we're stressing the nerve more and we need to avoid that activity. However, if we do an exercise or activity that causes your symptoms to decrease or travel up your leg closer to your hip and into your lower back, that's a sign that we're headed the right direction. That's a sign that that exercise is helping you out. So that being said, let's jump in. I'm going to lay down on my back and we're going to get started with a piriformis stretch. What I want you to do is cross your right leg over your left, grab behind your left leg and pull that knee up into your chest just until we get a good, comfortable stretch right through the back of the right hip. That piriformis muscle, that's an important hip rotator, gets tight so often in these sciatic symptoms, especially with bulged discs or degenerative discs. And what we want to do is hold for about 20 to 30 seconds, give yourself a break, and then we're going to grab it again. We're going to do this on the right and we're going to do this on the left. If you don't have time, obviously we just want to do it in the one leg or on the one side where those sciatica nerves are, or where those sciatica symptoms are present. Again, about 2 times